Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are only a matter of days away from King of the Table 2, and one of the most exciting matches, a signature match if you'll call it that, of King of the Table 2 is going to be Larry Wheels against Brandon Allen. The reason I am so interested in this match is Larry Wheels has really become a personality within the sport of arm wrestling. Over the last 2 years, what he has done has been very significant in its impact and its reach, and Larry has fallen in love with the sport as an athlete himself. He's made declarations that he believes he can be an arm wrestler long term. He loves the appeal of being in your 50s, 60s, and still being able to be an elite arm wrestler at the top of the world ranking. So he's very hungry to progress to there. Brandon Allen, coming from a similar background of Larry, very accomplished within the powerlifting and strength world. Been in the sport of arm wrestling for now about 2 years, pulling in the California sort of region, has, I think, a little bit more experience in competition than Larry, but ultimately, in terms of a conditioning and a strength sense, both these guys have a similar amount of time under tension on the table, and it's going to be a very interesting match. Like I said, Larry Wheels has made an impact on the sport in the last 2 years that is absolutely profound. The way that Larry has fallen in love with this sport really lends itself towards someone that is going to progress fast. Larry has proved time and time again that when he commits himself to something, he ends up a very high achiever. Now, it would be safe to make assumptions that Larry is going to do the same thing in arm wrestling. Now, he obviously jumped into the fire quite quickly when he took on Schoolboy in his very first ever super match, and Schoolboy, far too experienced at the time, too strong in the critical areas, and able to comfortably defeat Larry. Now, Larry since then has had the tuition of, honestly, the most amazing set of arm wrestlers. Devin Larratt, Michael Todd, Levan Sagnashvili, just to name a few that have been out there. But that's just a few of them. So many more. Hermes Gasparini, Vitaly Laletin. The list goes on. Everyone has been flocking to Dubai to be part of that movement that Larry has created. And so subsequently, Larry has had the opportunity to listen to and learn from a very broad spectrum of elite arm wrestlers. Now, Larry still has to find his own groove, and I think we're starting to see that happen now. If you look at his most recent activity on the table, he's looking more and more confident in his lane. He's looking more and more like he can trust his hand, and he understands where his hand needs to be in relation to the connective tissue of his elbow. I think he's starting to develop that sense of his own limitations, and subsequently, when you know where your limitations are, you're able to position better counters. You're able to, because let's face it, if you don't know the limitations of your connective tissue, you commit too hard to one movement and it's defeated, there's no opportunity to retreat into a counterproductive position or into a counterattacking position, and still be in the fight. Larry now is starting to understand those limits, so he's able to move much more defensively when needed and subsequently stay in the fight and be positioned ready to counterattack. I love what I'm seeing in Larry's game at the moment. What I see is his hand and wrist flexion, and a supinated wrist flexion sense really has leveled up. What he did to Chance Shaw on the practice table looked phenomenal. Not many people can hook Chance Shaw. I personally know how hard a task that is. John Brzenk knows how hard a task that is. Paul Lynn knows how hard a task that is. Hooking Chance Shaw is not easy. Even if it is a slow pull, hooking Chance Shaw is not easy. Forcing him in is not easy at all. And Larry really did seem to be able to do that quite effectively. Now, come the ready go, it is going to be a different circumstance. Brandon Allen, like I said, I believe he has the edge in terms of competition experience. If you look at his last match against Dave Depew, who's someone who's been around the arm wrestling world for a very long time, he had a pretty decisive win over Dave, and he looks fluid. He looks like he's very instinctive. He understands his connective tissue. He understands how to transition positions very well. He can hook, he can top roll, he's got good side pressure. He looks pretty fluid. He looks pretty active in his offense. Now, this match for me, when these guys come together, I think we've got a slight edge on Brandon Allen when it comes to ready-go experience. I think we've got a fairly significant edge towards Larry when it comes to strength. I believe Larry is a stronger human, and I think that is going to be the critical factor. For Brandon to win this match, I think Brandon's really going to have to ultimately execute not only well, but really well and really explosive. I think if Larry gets any degree of wrist flexion in, it's over. I don't see Larry losing from there. For the way he was handling Chance Shaw, I just don't see Larry losing if he can bend his wrist. And he's looking more and more proficient in his ability to bend his wrist these days than we've ever seen before. So this is Larry's chance. This is Larry's chance to get a win on the board. It's Larry's chance to show his fans in the arm wrestling world exactly where he's at. Larry will look for a decisive victory. Brandon will be there to stop him, but Larry, I feel like he's coming in. He's got motivation. He's got the strength. He's got the set of tools now that's come together, and I think he's excited to show it. I think Larry Wheels will win this match fairly decisively. I don't expect Brandon to look outgunned, but I do expect Larry to take control of the match, early, and have some fun with it as well. I don't want to give it necessarily a score prediction, but I do feel very much inclined towards Larry Wheels winning this match and establishing his win record, and then having a good measuring stick from there to aim at his next opponent, which who knows who it might be. Larry, you can feel free to give me a call if you want to test out that hook against mine for King of the Table 3. Anyway, guys, hope you're well. It is only 4 or 5 days away by the time you're watching this video, so make sure you have your Core Sports pay-per-view set up, good to go. I will be doing a live commentary of this event on my channel here, but you'll still need the pay-per-view. You'll be watching the matches there, but if you want my commentary, then tune into my channel as well at the same time. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Best of luck, Larry. Best of luck, Brandon. May the best man win, but it's going to be epic either way. All right, guys, let us know in the comments section below if you think Larry's going to win. How's he going to do it? Can Brandon upset the apple cart and prevent Larry getting the loss? It's going to be awesome. Guys, leave us a like, leave us a comment. Hit the subscribe button for me and share this video as well to anyone who's a Larry fan. And I'll see you at King of the Table 2 on 11th of December.
Yeah, that's a man!